The quotation you see on this slide is from the class text, Where Do I Start? The school library program is truly an avenue for children to discover the world of stories and storytelling. Children come into the library to read, and that means there should be some comfy corners for them. They come to listen to great stories and storytelling. They practice information literacy skills in their research on class projects, and they create a variety of responses, including research papers, models, digital presentations, and so much more. Storytime is a gift to children as it provides an opportunity to create links to high-quality children's books and open up the world of stories for children. Judy Freeman is a consultant writer and speaker about children's literature and the co-author with Carolyn Feller-Bauer of the revised edition of the Handbook for Storytellers and the Handbook for Storytime Programs, both ALA editions. I was fortunate to attend a recent full-day workshop that Judy presented and saw firsthand what a treasure she is. The handbooks shown on this slide are great resources for planning library programs and as an introduction to storytelling. Carolyn Feller-Bauer was a dynamic storyteller in her own right and traveled all over the country and the world to present workshops on storytelling. Along with her storytelling, she incorporated props and giveaways. One example of a giveaway was for the story of Momotaro the Peach Boy. She collected peach pits at a canning operation near her home in the state of Oregon, spray painted them gold, and handed them out at the end of the story. That small gift made a memory those children will remember. These resources would be a splendid addition to any professional library. The first step in storytelling is to choose a story. In preparation for storytelling, begin by selecting a story that is truly enjoyable. It should be a story you enjoy because you will spend time preparing it. Then you can tell with enthusiasm and conviction. Here's a step-by-step guide for novice storytellers. First, know your audience so that you can adapt the story to their interests, ages, and experiences. Remember that younger children have shorter attention spans, so plan accordingly. Young children also appreciate stories about familiar objects, familiar subjects. They respond to repetition and enjoy joining in with the storyteller. Folk tales have characteristics that make them excellent choices for a novice storyteller. They feature familiar characters, a strong beginning, and repetitive language. For young children, consider folk tales such as Henny Penny and stories about the threes, the three bears, the three little pigs, the three billy goats gruff. Then consider to adapt your story to the mood you would like to convey, be it humorous, scary, or serious. In preparing the story, you should read the story about 3 times, and as you read, mentally list a sequence of events. Reread the story, this time noting the events you didn't remember. Go over the main events again and add details that you remember. When you believe you know it, tell it to a mirror, carefully watching your facial expressions. Practice it 3 or 4 more times, changing your voice to give the characters voices. Consider your posture and perhaps some hand gestures if you think they will add to the interest of the story. As you tell the story, use pauses to separate scenes. Finally, you might consider adding a prop that relates to the story. It could be a simple everyday object, or a puppet, or maybe a colorful book jacket. Consider some sort of routine for engaging in a story hour. For example, lighting a small lamp or candle. When the lamp is lit, it's time to listen. I couldn't resist showing this lamp as a DIY thought. Thank you, Pinterest. Music can be a storytime symbol, perhaps a certain tune, a familiar song on a music box, or something played on a guitar, a ukulele, or a harmonica. Locate a space in the library where children can see and hear easily. Then it's time to begin. If you've decided to include a prop of some sort, use it to introduce the story. Or you may decide to tell something about the author, or where the story comes from, a related event, or ask a question. Be sure to maintain eye contact with the children to engage them in the story. At the end, pause to let them soak it all in. There's a document posted in week 4 with this link embedded, as it doesn't seem to work with this format of PowerPoint. It will take you to some excellent stories from the staff at Orange County Public Library. Follow the directions on the document to start. Your text on pages 81 to page 83 offers some excellent background information on preparing and giving book talks in the library. Simply stated, a book talk is a short commercial designed to encourage a reader to pick up the book. It's short and to the point and is a bit like storytelling or acting. There are three main parts to a book talk: the hook, the content, and the cliffhanger. The hook grabs the audience's attention. Perhaps it's an opening line or a quotation from the book. Perhaps it is a question or something that will spark the interest of the students. Give just enough of the content to give your listeners a taste of the story. You might describe a scene, describe a character, or give a short summary of the plot, but only up to a point. End your book talk with something unresolved that will motivate the reader to check out the book. Finally, just as with storytelling, practice the book talk. Because you want the book to be read, be sure to have an available copy of the book and other similar titles that the students can check out. Be sure to check out the links on book talks in Chapter 4 of your text. A book trailer is a short video that introduces a book, much like the movie trailers you see in the theater. It introduces a basic storyline of the book and other features. The web is filled with amazing book trailers that have been designed and produced by students, librarians, publishers, and teachers. There are links to these book trailers in the document posted in week 4. When you finish this program, do an online search for book trailers about some of your favorite books and see what amazing ones you can find. Here is a short 3-minute video that introduces students to the Dewey Decimal System, call numbers, and how books are shelved in the library. The link to this video is also in the D2L document. It was created using Powtoon, a free tool that allows you to develop animated clips and presentations. When you have finished watching, be sure to check out your text on pages 91 to 93 for another review of the Dewey. There are some specific skills that students need to learn that ensure they will become lifelong learners. They need to learn how to access, evaluate, and use information and resources, and the school library is an important venue where these information literacy skills can be learned. Typically, students learn information skills best when these skills are integrated into research projects conducted in the library, making them relevant to what they are working on in their classroom studies. As they work on their projects, these skills fill an immediate need and offer students an opportunity for practice. The Model School Library Standards for California Public Schools were developed to provide library staff and teachers guidelines on appropriate skills in the areas of access, evaluation, use, and integration of information. There's a link to the standards document in the Week 1 folder. The video linked in the document in Week 4 describes the information literate person, which is the culmination of learning these skills throughout the school years. Well, that's it for now. You have a lot of food for thought, so ruminate on what you've seen. Take some time to explore the links from the presentation and stay tuned for the next episode.